Well, greetings everyone and welcome to another video. This video brings me up here to north central Pennsylvania, where I am currently on my Thanksgiving break and up here on business. But got a 3-day break now from the business that I'm doing up here. So I decided to get out and create some content while I'm up here. So what we are going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a ride on that trail that you see over my shoulder there. That is the Pine Creek Rail Trail, and this is something that I wanted to do for a while already, is document this trail. As I stated in my previous videos, this is a 62 mile bike trail from Wellsboro down to Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania, and it was part of the Pennsylvania Railroad at one time, and then went on to Penn Central and Conrail, New York Central, and it was also known as the Corning Secondary Line. And again, the last time any trains were on this line was October of 1989 was the last time any freight trains passed through this area. So I am down here in the village of Ramsey. This is about 3 miles to the south of Waterville, which is where I'm staying right now. But we're going to be venturing on this part of the trail that I haven't been on yet. I was on pretty much the sections up there in Waterville, and you saw that in my other videos. But we're going to take a ride down here and hopefully get down to a little village called Tolbert Village. I believe I'm saying that correctly. Where there's another railroad bridge down there. There's also one right down the trail here at Ramsey that we're going to check out. So I don't have my scooter today. Unfortunately, I couldn't bring that with me on this trip up here. But I do have a bicycle, so I am going to attempt to take a ride on this as long as my hip and knee will allow me. So let's get you mounted up on the bike here and start heading down the trail. All right, so the village of Ramsey was settled in around 1790 by Thomas Ramsey, who was a wagon master for George Washington's Continental Army. So in case anybody was curious out there how the village got its name, that's how the little village of Ramsey got its name right there. So we are going to venture down the trail now, and the next stop we'll be coming to will be the railroad bridge that goes across the Pine Creek. So we'll stop about midway here and give you a view of the creek up and down the Pine Creek here. There's view looking upstream of the Pine Creek, and again, this is one of the most popular fly fishing creeks in Pennsylvania, and it is a nice calm section right here. Not that terribly deep, but it does get deeper when you get down into this end over here. I just love this trail. And you couldn't ask for a more nicer day here in November. This is the day before Thanksgiving. And yeah, they do have snow up here at spots, but wanted up to 50 degrees today, so I'll take it. And also with this bridge, any information that I find on it, like the year that it was made, or built rather, I will be putting at the bottom of the screen there, or a link to the website with the information. Had some people come across the bridge there, so I had to watch with the ice and everything. But we're heading down through here, and this trail, unfortunately, there isn't much remains of the railroad along here. Not going to find any insulator trees, otherwise known as telegraph poles, or any rails, any ties, anything like that. The only thing we may find around here is some of the whistle markers, but that's gonna be it. They pretty much, when they ripped this line out, they took everything with it. The other thing that's nice too with this trail, they do have comfort stations along here at certain points that are maintained by the DCNR, and there's also camping sites along here too. I think we're coming up on one of the few remains along here. And this looks like a whistle marker here, or an old milepost. So that's showing there. That's showing L161, which I believe that'd be the milepost from up in New York. It's not the milepost from Wellsboro, because I just passed one back there and that had 55 on it, but that was one that was installed for the rail trail here. So yeah, that's one of the few remains that we're going to find on this today. So this video may just be a nice leisurely ride along the trail here. Could be a boring video too, because there really isn't that much remains along here. Alright, so this area we're at here is, I believe it's called Bonnell Run. I think it's called Bonnell or Bonal, however you want to say it there. I'm not sure on the right pronunciation on these names up here, because some of the towns up here or areas, you think it's pronounced one way and it's actually pronounced the opposite. So I'm going to say it's Bonnell Run, but this is just one of the streams that comes down off the mountain through the ravine and then flows into the Pine Creek that's right over here. So I thought maybe I'd get lucky and see if I could spot any wildlife that's up there on the pipeline, because this is just one of the many pipelines that are up here with all the gas wells that are up here and everything. This is one of the major ones that runs through the area from Williams Transco. But see if we can test the zoom out on this camera, since I haven't used the zoom yet on it, and zoom in on the top of the mountain as far as I can go there. Doesn't look like there's any wildlife crossing over there. Now it's funny when you're riding along the trails here, when you come to the ravines where the streams come down off the mountain, you can feel the temperature change real quick. I mean, it's nice out here in the sunlight, but when you hit those areas where those little streams come down, it gets cold. There is another cement mile marker. Seen better days. That is 162 where you're at. So there you can see across the creek over there some of the private residences that are along there that have areas set up. You go over there, right down along the creek. Definitely would love to have a piece of property along the creek. However, I wouldn't be nuts about it when there's flooding. Definitely I'm going to be bringing my scooter along on one of my trips up here and riding it on this thing. This is, even though it's gravel, it is pretty smooth for the most part. So we are almost down at our next destination, and that's where we'll be turning around and heading back. We are just about down here at the Tolbert Bridge. And the bridge should be appearing just around this bend. So we'll stop about midpoint here and give you a shot of the Pine Creek once again. And this bridge here, it does have the remains of the telegraph poles on it, or insulator trees, which I did find some back there that had them on, which we'll get a picture of once we turn around. There is a view of the downstream of the Pine Creek again. And that's Route 44 right over there, and right here is the remains of the telegraph poles that they had mounted on the bridge here. No insulators on that one, but up top here, the other end of the bridge here is one. But just love these views of the creek. I just only wish there were more videos and more pictures online of trains through this area, because I did come across some. There are Facebook pages dedicated to this area with the rail trail and Pine Creek Valley yesterday and today, and the Corning secondary or New York Central rail line for this area, but there aren't that terribly many pictures of when there was freight running through here. So if I would have had my real long selfie stick, I actually could have got out and got a real close-up shot of them, but I don't have that with me because there was really no easy way of putting it on the bike to take it with me here on this ride. But yep, 2 insulators left there yet, and they're in pretty decent shape from the looks of it too. So one thing that's nice about this creek too is there is not a bunch of debris laying in it or anything, you know, junk or anything like that, unlike back home when I filmed the Schuylkill River Trail, and you look into the creek and you see all kinds, or into the river rather, and you see all kinds of junk at the bottom. There is no junk in the bottom of this. It is very clean, very clear. Alright, so we're going to go down to the end of the bridge here, get a couple shots, pictures from this end, and then we will be turning around and heading back to Ramsey Village, because I think I'm about 3 miles down from there, so this will be a 6-mile round trip for me today on the bike. So this will be a nice leisurely ride back, because it's a 2% grade going uphill.
How you doing?
Good. So the nice part about riding this trail up here this time of the year, there are people that on it, or there are people that are on it right now, but it's not like during the summertime when you got the tourist season. People that are out on it up here are either residents or they're up here at their hunting camps. And right now we're in between hunting seasons. Bear ended yesterday, and buck season for rifle will be starting up on Saturday. So this trail during the summertime, yeah, it is very busy with people, as well as the Pine Creek is busy too, with people floating down or kayaking or floating down on tubes. I actually like this time of the year. I'll deal with the cold versus a ton of people. And I know I said that there's no remains of the railroad along here. Well, I take that back. Right there, there's a lonely railroad tie laying over the embankment. But that's the first time I've actually found any remains along this rail trail. Alright, so I am taking that back as far as finding remains, because there's another railroad tie, and right here along the trail, I missed this on my way down, but here is another railroad tie with some moss growing on it, or the trademark JP Videos, Nature's Carpet. And then down here is the remains of a telegraph pole, and again, some nice green stuff growing on that, but that looks like that was sawed off. But so far, that is the only remains that I found. I'm actually surprised I found that. Alright, so I'm coming back up to Ramsey Bridge, which is right up there, but I saw this, and I'm curious if this is just a just part of the trails that go through here, but this almost looks like it could be a switchback. And I know there were switchbacks somewhere along the Pine Creek here when they did the logging and everything, but I'm not sure if this was one of the areas where there was one or not. But you can see the path goes over there, goes there, and then goes up there. So this might have been a switchback for a narrow gauge railroad maybe, but I'm not sure. If I do, if I can find any information and actually confirm it, you know, I'll put it at the bottom there. But right now I'm just going on based on what I can see here. So I don't know if this actually was one or not. And there's another marker there that is 160. So we are just about back at the Ramsey Village trailhead, which is where we will be ending this video. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed that ride there along the Pine Creek Rail Trail from Ramsey Village down to just about Tolbert Village, down to the Tolbert Bridge. So all in all, it was a great ride. It's about a 6-mile round trip, 3 miles either way. Saw some great scenery and everything. So like I said, I plan on doing more segments of this rail trail sometime in the future. Don't know if I'm going to get to any more filming of it while I'm up here right now. Maybe next year during the summer I'll come back and do some more. So it all depends. But if you did like the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button down there, and you can also ring the bell and be notified when I upload new videos to YouTube. And thank you to all the new subscribers again, not just on YouTube here, but on the other social media platforms that I'm on there. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So until next time, let's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.